Hello everyone. Today the talk of the town is SEBI's new report on F&O trades, and it is going all over the places. So I thought let's get it clarified with Mr. P.R. Sundar. Sir, SEBI has come out with a new report on the F&O losses. So how are you seeing this? Can you please elaborate it?
See, the SEBI has come out with this kind of report earlier also. There are some changes. Last time they came out with last 1 year report where they said about 89% of the people lose money, about 6% of the people make money enough to cover their charges. So which means that totally on a net basis 95% people lose money, only 5% make money. Out of that 5% also, only the top 1% make good amount of money. The remaining people just make some small money. Now this report, they've given two separate reports, one for the financial year 24 and the other one is for the last 3 years. The last 3 years also it is more or less matching. This time they said 93% people lose money and remaining 6% they make money less than 1 lakh rupees profit. So only 1% of the retail traders make more than 1 lakh rupees per annum. But what is more disturbing, they say that about the bottom 3.5% of the people, on an average, they are losing 28 lakh rupees per annum. So that's something very, very disturbing. Second thing, though this report, looking very shocking, but we must also understand that retail people, most of the retail people trade in their individual name. So this report is based on the individual traders. Usually the big people, ultra HNI clients, they don't trade in the individual name because if they make a good profit, they will be required to pay very high tax. So they will be trading through a company. Okay. So this report is only based on the individual traders, not the companies.
Okay.
Right? So therefore this report is definitely looking shocking, but at the same time, naturally the question comes to the mind, if so many people are losing, then why the government keeps on increasing the taxes? The STT has been increased, I think 500-600% during the last 10 years. STT has been increased 4 to 5 times in the last 4, 5, 6 years.
The government can give caution, right, sir? So, for example, if people smoking or people drinking, so government can't stop drinking or smoking, so they can increase the taxes. So, I think that is the way that they are increasing the STT. Can we look at it that way?
See, if you are talking about smoking, right, the government want to, how a normal government should behave, right? People are smoking. That is very bad. So we need to create awareness among the people. We need to teach the people about bad things about the smoking. So to create that awareness, to conduct awareness program, we need money. So we don't have the money. So therefore we charge more tax on the cigarettes, that whatever the more tax is coming, so that money is being used to create awareness. But what happens in India, they just keep on increasing the tax. I don't think that they spend that money for creating awareness. So if this is the case, what is the awareness that has been created among retail people? I'll give you one example. This report is only taking into account the statutory charges the people are paying. People are paying brokerage, STT, stamp duty, those things only. But however, this report does not take into account one very important charge that people spend, advisory fee. Every Tom, Dick and Harry is running an advisory. Every day I receive 5 to 10 calls. Sir, we are providing tips. I used to ask them, what tips you will provide? Sir, we will tell you which call option to buy, which put option to buy. Right. So the question is, when the SEBI knows that almost 99% people don't make money, why the SEBI is giving so many licenses to people to run this advisory? Now, next question. Okay, now if somebody is doing very well, somebody is has the capacity, he want to help other people. Nothing wrong in giving them license, so that the people can be benefited. But what is the criteria for that? So does SEBI has any criteria like, tomorrow you want to go and get the advisory license? Do they ask you, okay, what is the guarantee that your advice will work? Have you traded in your own account at least for last 3 years? Can you show me your trading profit?
They're just putting some parameters like educational qualification or previous experience. All the research analyst certification has prescribed that, but it is not effective, or it is not very elaborate in the sense.
See, Indian education system, a person can, mug up everything, can go to exam, can pass the exam. Right? A person has passed the exam, it doesn't mean that he knows everything about the stock market. Right? And I know one trainer who teach the people, okay, and he has made about 80 crore rupees last year, but he himself doesn't trade. Okay, but here the report says that nobody is making profit. So then what is the criteria? Say for example, if let us say you want to teach, okay, in +2 I remember how to set up a nuclear reactor. There is a lesson in physics.
So people teach, but they can't go and set up a nuclear reactor.
That is a different story. But the thing is, the teacher teach. Number one, the teacher has a prescribed qualification, right? That is a theory part he gives. As a student, I am also receiving only a theory part. Okay, but if tomorrow the same teacher come and tell me, okay, you do this, you take this, you put it here, you take atom, you do this, then your nuclear reactor will come. Definitely, I will ask the teacher, what is your experience? Have you set up a nuclear reactor yourself? So, teaching, learning is different. But when I have to do practically, that definitely the question comes. So here, first thing is that no, I'm not against teaching, because I'm also teaching. I'm also a trainer. Right? In training, what we do, okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that is a teaching. But we don't tell, okay, you buy this call option, you buy this put option. And every day I receive 5 to 10 calls. So, okay, fine. Let us say that, somebody has a skill, he doesn't want to trade, he want to help other, okay, fine. But are they asked to keep a record of the calls that they provided, and how much is the profit made or how much is the loss made? Right? Is there anything? So, in the same SEBI report, it says 50% of the traders are new traders in this financial year. So, they have never been in the market. So, how come, like out of a total of approximately 1 crore traders, 50 lakh traders are new traders who have no experience until last year? How can they be professionals here? So, definitely, these people are paying money to somebody, getting the tips, right? And in addition to the loss in the market, they are also losing money to these advisory companies. So, in my opinion, the first thing, if the SEBI is very much interested in curtailing, in reducing the volume in F&O, the first thing the SEBI should do, they should ban the advisory on F&O. If anybody want to do advisory, let them do it for cash market, right? That's an investment, right? For trading, there should not be any advisory companies.
So coming back to the earlier discussion, what are the transaction costs involved in this whole scenario? The number seems to be 10,000s of crores, and it is very mind-boggling numbers. Can you elaborate on that?
See, many people say, somebody's loss is somebody's gain. That is not true. If somebody is losing 100 rupees, that 100 rupees is not the gain of somebody else. Yes. Because this guy who is losing 100 rupees also he has to pay STT, stamp duty, brokerage, GST, everything. The guy who is getting the profit on the other side also he has to pay STT, stamp duty, everything. So therefore, whatever the money is lost, okay, then you have to minus the charges. Whatever the remaining comes, only that becomes.
So it is not a zero-sum game, is what
it is not a zero-sum game, it's a negative sum game, right? So the SEBI report says during the last 3 years, about 1.8 lakh crore has been lost by the retail people. But it does not mean that, non-retail people or the little bit of retail people, that 1% people, it's not that they made 1.8 lakh crore. Okay. There's STT, stamp duty, GST, exchange charges,
brokerage.
So the brokerage, so all this add up to about 50 to 60,000 crores. The brokerage alone in last 3 years is 25,000 crores.
Mind-boggling.
Right? And just imagine, there are only 5-6 top broking companies in India. And at the end of the day, they are the only people who are making money. Exchange charges was 10,800 crores.
So no matter now we can understand why the shares of BSE and NSE are hitting new highs all the time. Because on one side, people are happy if their shares are going up. On the other side, people are crying that they are losing a lot of money into on the F&O trades. How are you seeing this?
Share prices are going up. It's a cash market. So cash market has nothing to do with it.
No, I was just referring to the share prices of BSE, NSE, brokerage like Angel One, etc., etc. So their
if you have invested money in those shares also, then trading also, at least when you're losing money in trading, you gain something there. But the problem is that most of the people who come to the trading, they are not investors, they only trade.
Yes.
So that is the issue. So the thing is, so much of money is getting out of the system. I'll just give one example. 1.8 lakh crore has been lost. Out of that 1.8 lakh crore, about 60,000 crore would have gone for STT, stamp duty, brokerage, this and that. That remaining is 1.2 lakh crore. And out of that 25,000-30,000 crore would have gone to government kitty as an income tax. Right. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the income tax, we have to talk one thing very, very specifically here. Very interesting. Tomorrow, suppose you want to buy one property abroad, right? Or you want to go for some medical, or you want education. Now the government says, we will deduct tax collected at source. It's called TCS, right?
Recently brought in.
Yeah, and for property and equity investment, the TCS is so high, it's 20%. If I want to send 1 crore, 20 lakh, government will take away, and I will get it after 1 year, 2 years when I file the return, right? There is so much tax terrorism in India, but look what is happening on the other side, right? More than 1 lakh crore, okay, is being profit made by FIIs, and neither they pay any tax to India, right? Nor they have any TCS. And most of the biggest problem is that if you ask the government, why did you bring 20% TCS? They will say, no, you may go and buy property abroad. You'll be sending a lot of money, right? But you are giving only Indian rupee. We have to supply the dollar. And we are a third world country. We don't have so much dollar. How can we supply all the dollars to the people? So that's why we want to discourage. That's why we put 20% TCS. But if that is the logic, 1 lakh crore is given to FIIs. This 1 lakh crore, FIIs who are making the profit, they will be taking it out. When they take it out, the RBI will have to supply the dollar. So RBI happily supplying the dollar, right? And the government does not insist TCS. The government does not insist income tax.
So do you say that like FIIs should be brought into the tax net in F&O trading?
That is for government to decide. But what I am saying that, you are torturing the common man, and you are helping the billionaires, right? So is it right or not? I would say no. If you are not interested in taxing the FIIs, at least I will say you reduce the tax for Indian common people. Why so much of SCT? Why so much of stamp duty? Why so much of tax? Why so much of GST? Right? So, but this is how the things work, right? Most of the people, a common man suffers. 1 or 2 rich people take away everything. No TCS, no corporate tax, no income tax, dollar is being supplied.
So that's how capitalism works, right? So
that's the thing, right? So is it right or not?
Okay. So in this report, SEBI has given some more details. There is a geographical spread among the traders. So can you please elaborate on that, or what is your inference from this geographical spread?
Being a South Indian, I feel little bit happy by looking at this report, because the report says, if you look at the top 10 states, and out of the top 10 states, 9 states are North Indian states. Only 1 state, Karnataka. But again, Karnataka is
there will be mostly North Indians settled in Karnataka.
So it's a cosmopolitan society. So, this shows that, somehow I feel, if you are talking about the gambling, right, there are two aspects in gambling. I know two people do the gambling as far as I know. One, somebody is working, making very good money, feeling a lot of stress. Just to release the stress, you go to gambling and spend some money. Okay, that's okay. Other side, somebody is having a lot of problem in life.
To solve that.
So he got so much debt. So what he thinks, you go to gambling, he can make more money, he can solve his problem. But that is not the truth. He can never solve the problem. But that's how the people think. Right? So, you see, generally, it's what I feel, South Indian states are economically prospering. Right? That is why here the people don't go for gambling. But North Indian states, especially Uttar Pradesh, they are not economically doing well. So they are seeing, coming to stock market, making good money.
Most of the people are from Gujarat and Maharashtra is what the number states.
Yeah, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, these are Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. So there are so many states in the top 10, right? So somehow I feel that, the people are, I always say, most people think, stock market is the solution to their financial problems. But the fact is that the stock market will add to your financial problems. So that's what the people should understand.
Okay. So this report also gives more emphasis on algos. So people like SEBI has stated that whoever has used algos had an edge. Would you like to add more about this?
Yeah. There were some reports, these people like Jane Street and Millennium Hedge Fund, they bring a huge amount of capital. They use the algo to distort the market. So this video is being shot on Tuesday. Even today also, Bank Nifty shot up 250 point and then fell 350 point, all in 3 minutes. Right? All this is being done by algo.
Yes.
Right? If somebody want to place a big order, or sliced order, okay, manually that is not possible. If they are taking the help of the computer, that is okay. Right? See, what is at the end of their algo? Instead of you are doing manually, you are asking the computer to do the job. Right? So that is okay. But the thing is, the fact is that, most of the retail people feel that, so these big people using the algo to manipulate the market. Why the hell Bank Nifty has to shoot up 250 point and fall in 250 point in just 1 minute?
So are the market inefficiencies are being exploited by an higher hands or bigger hands?
Yes, definitely. That is what most of the people feel. That's what I also feel. But I heard that, countries like America, if somebody want to distort the market, there will be a system, if somebody go and put a sell order for 500 crore, the order will not go to the exchange. It will be stopped. It will be sliced, So there must be some system to make sure that, this kind of huge hedge funds, they cannot distort the market.
So can we expect SEBI to come up with some rules or regulations that will allow everybody to play in a very level playing kind of a field?
Yeah. First, let the SEBI have time to do all these things, okay? Because the SEBI chairman itself is having some problem. So if they do it, we will be very happy. Because at the end of the day, we are talking in the interest of retail people, right?
Okay. So in this report, we saw three segments. 93% are in loss and 6% less than
small
profit, and 1% are really making profit. So I want to know, where do you exactly stand? Are you in this 93% or the 6% or in the 1% block?
Okay. To be honest with you, I am neither in 93% nor in 6% nor in 1%. Okay. Basically, this report is for individual traders. I am not an individual trader. I am not a retail trader. I am not an individual trader. I trade through my company. Right? So, therefore, I will be coming under the other side of the spectrum. But however, since you asked me, where do I stand? Okay. Maybe we are coming closer to the end of September. Right? So, September 30, half the financial year will be over. So, as on September 30, so what is my profit or loss? Okay, by 1st October, the data will be ready. Maybe I'll make a video I will release that video on October 2, Gandhi Jayanti.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your views. I hope we will continue this discussion next week with some more interesting questions. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.